I went onto the website Street Life,
Oh.
which is next door Oxted or something now, but it was Street Life. And I saw this volunteering opportunity, and I thought, oh, actually that's not too long. Once a month, I thought I can probably do that. Well, it's a community cafe, basically. And we had quite a lot of young people in with their small children. It was a nice meeting place for the young mums, and they'd have lunch together and chat, and the children would play. We had toys down there. Older people would come in, some would just come for coffee, some would come for lunch. Really good lunch, fairly standard.
And it's staffed by volunteers?
Staffed totally by volunteers. Well, at Aggie's, anything, whatever. Taking the orders, washing up, sweeping the floor at the end of the day, clearing the tables. It's very simple, it's basic stuff.
The important stuff.
Well, it's got to be done,
It's
hasn't
got to
it?
be done,
I feel I'm doing something useful, something helpful. I didn't realise how much of Oxted runs on volunteers. Unbelievable.
Wow.
And so, I feel I'm contributing to the whole of Oxted. Just doing a little bit here and there. So it's very flexible, very flexible. And it depends what you're interested in as well. There's certain organisations that I wouldn't want to be involved with, but there are other organisations that I'm happy to do my bit. I'll go for it. It's really flexible. You meet a lot of really nice people. You are valued because of the contribution you're making. There's no pressure. You do what you want to do, and it certainly fits for me.
For about the last 10 years, because I've been retired, I was doing various charity works for some children's organisations, which were based mainly down in the West Country. A friend of mine told me about some volunteering that she'd been doing here, and just said they're always looking for volunteers. Why don't you go along? You've got plenty of time on your side. Well, this all started off because one of his loves of his life was speaking Spanish, and I speak Spanish. Was that I would go along once a fortnight for a couple of hours and speak to him in Spanish. And this started 3 or 4 years ago, and then after a while, I'm afraid to say, as his age progressed a little bit, we didn't bother speaking the Spanish anymore. So in the end, I just go down and see him once a fortnight for 90 minutes, a couple of hours, and we just sit down and have a damn good chat.
Okay, good.
He is the most amazing man I have ever met in my life.
How long have you been doing this for?
That's a very good question. I'd say 3 years, but I'd probably have to check with the people here.
It's about 3 years?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
So you made a new friend?
Oh, absolutely, massively so, yeah. Well, one, I've made another good friend, which, the later on in life you get, the less, you do that. A lot of people sort of go back into their shells and find it very difficult to make new friends, which I probably was getting into that realm. Secondly, I've learned so much actually about history, believe it or not. I can see that he's very happy with the relationship as well, and he really enjoys it, so that's incredibly satisfying as well. I know he looks forward to it, and greets me and gives me a little hug sometimes, and sometimes phones up just for a chat as well, so that's very satisfying. Well, I would say to them, there's a hell of a lot of incredibly interesting people out there, who you wouldn't come across, unless you do something like this. But the benefit is to meet some people, who there's a very good chance are incredibly interesting. They've lived it a lot of them will be 15, 20, 25, 30 years older than you sort of thing, and you'll learn a lot from them.